morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Last Rouse Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. We are bringing you tonight the battle between the 4th and 5th place teams in the Pacific League, and that will be the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, who are hosting the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles in the second game of their series. And we'll give you the starting lineups, first of all, from the visitors from Tohoku. Leading off and playing at third base is number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. Batting second and in left field is number 35, Hiroki Shimouchi. Hitting third and playing second base is number 3, Hideto Asamura. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 23, Mikael Franco. Batting fifth and in right field is number 51, Yuya Ogo. Batting sixth at first base is number 39, Yukiya Ito. Batting seventh at shortstop is number 34, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. Batting eighth and doing the catching is number 26, Jinjiro Sumitani. And batting ninth in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. And they are going to be facing the veteran, the 42-year-old from the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. It'll be Tsuyoshi Wada, who takes to the hill with a 1-1 record on the season. He's worked 9 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 3 runs, all of which have been earned, walked 4 and struck out 5. He has an earned run average of 3.00. Well, that's your starting lineup for the visitors from Tohoku. Now the starting lineups for the home team from Fukuoka. Leading off and playing second base is number 13, Masaki Momori. Batting second in right field is number 33, Masuda. And the 3 spot in left field is number 3, Kensuke Kondo. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 9, Yuki Yanagita. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 24, Ryoya Kurihara. Batting sixth in center field is number 8, Taisi Makihara. Batting seventh and at first base is number 7, Akira Nakamura. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is number 6, Kenta Emamiya. And batting ninth and doing the catching is number 19, Takuya Kai. And they're going to be facing the left-hander, Takahisa Hayakawa, as he takes to the mound with a 1-1 record in 3 starts. He has worked 17 innings. He's allowed 17 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of which have been earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 15, and he posts an earned run average of 159. Those are your starting lineups, and we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. It is Eagles versus Hawks. We'll be back in just a few. Thanks for stopping in with us tonight. We appreciate you guys for listening in, whether you listen live or on delay. It is NPB Baseball, Eagles and Hawks in just a few. Welcome back to everybody. It is Tsuyoshi Wada who is getting onto the hill to start his warm-up tosses, as he'll be making his 3rd start, the 2nd against the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Last time out, he went 4 innings. He threw 83 pitches, and he is going to be facing the Eagles for the 2nd time in the 2023 campaign. It's a decent-sized midweek crowd in Fukuoka for this one. It does not look like it is a sellout, as there are some empty seats around the PayPay Dome. But it is a good crowd for a Wednesday ball game nonetheless. So coming up to bat to start it off here against Wada is going to be the 3rd baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. It'll be Hiroki Shimouchi and Hideto Asamura, the 1-2-3 hitters in the batting order. As we are both ready to get this one underway, as Wada has completed his warm-up tosses. And they are throwing it around the infield, and we'll be ready to get this one underway. We were going to do a game last night, and ended up that sleep got the better of us, as we're unable to make it back up they call that game. We're going to try to do a midweek game between the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars and the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. But we have chosen to do this one here tonight, and we will see if we'll be back on again the airwaves tomorrow. We will be back on Friday. We haven't set our schedule yet. And that'll be the Saturday game in Japan. And the first pitch of the ball game is delivered. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Hirota Kobakata. Kobakata off to a nice start this season. He's hitting .276 with no homers and a couple RBIs. He's getting the start at third base tonight. He has played at short and in left and center at second this year so far. And there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Moving over to his left and making the catch is Kazuki Kondo. And there is one up and one away here in the top of the first inning for the Golden Eagles. It's going to bring the left fielder Hiroki Shimauchi to the plate. Well, Shimauchi got off to an absolutely abysmal start. He has played much better, or swung the bat much better as of late. He's brought his average up almost to 200. He sits at 197. He has no homers and 4 RBIs. As the left-hander Wada delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Shimauchi, we've been very impressed with over the last couple of years, as we've considered him to be a very professional hitter, certainly in different spots. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike, the count is now 0-2 to Shimauchi. Very disciplined, does not swing at a lot of bad pitches, has a good view and command of the strike zone. As the 0-2 is on the way, it's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Shimauchi for the second out of the inning. First via strikeout for Wada, and that will bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. So 2 quick outs here for the Golden Eagles. And Asamura steps to the plate. He, like Shimauchi, off to a slow start. His average has crawled up north of 200 now as he bats at 210. With a couple of homers and 7 RBIs. And the first pitch is on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Asamura. Asamura bats from the right side against the left-handed throwing Wada. And he takes a called strike. And the count now goes to 0-2. Tip your hat to the 42-year-old lefty. He has come right out and attacked the hitters tonight, filling the zone up with strikes. He is yet to throw a ball in this one. As Wada kicks and delivers, there was a fastball swung on and is fouled off behind home plate. The count remains at 0-2. So 8 pitches in the ballgame, all 8 for strikes for Wada. Sometimes you want to be good, but sometimes you want to be too good, as you want to keep the hitters off balance a bit. Here comes the 0-2 offering, and it is a fastball swung on, and this is fouled away. The count remains at 0-2 to Asamura. I remember last year with the Seattle Mariners, George Kirby, I think it was 23 straight pitches to start the ball game, all strikes. This is very reminiscent of that here in the early going, as Wada kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. And Asamura stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3. And that'll do it for the Eagles in their half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are through a half inning. It is the Eagles, no score. The Hawks coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action here in just a few. Appreciate you for all being with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. The left-hander Hayakawa is completing his warm-up tosses and will be ready to resume this one in just a couple moments. He had worked last year against the Hawks. He'd worked 10 2/3 innings, and he posted an ERA of 5.06 in his 2 starts against Fukuoka in the 2022 season. He's off to a decent start this year. As we said, this is going to be his 4th start of the year, already working 17 innings and posting an ERA of 1.59. Well, he's going to get Momori, Masuda, and Kondo to get things going here in the bottom half of the first inning. For Masaki Momori, this is going to be, we have no stats on Momori, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on it, is popped up in the infield. And coming in on it is the first baseman, and it is going to be caught by Ito. And now with one pitch, that is going to retire Momori for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 away, and that will bring up the right fielder Masuda. Well, for Masuda, on the early going this year, he is hitting .300. He's got a homer and a couple RBIs. He gets the nod today as the starter in this one. Batting in the 2-hole, ready to face the first offering here from the lefty Hayakawa. Left-hander against the right-hander, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Both of these pitchers have come out throwing here tonight and filling up the zone with a lot of strikes. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. It is Shu Masuda who is the hitter here. And he waits on the offering from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on it as pop foul. And this ball is going to drift over into the seats, or is it going to be cut by Ito? We're going to have to see here. And no, doesn't look like he's come up with it. That's going to keep the count at 0-2 to Masuda. It was hit over on the first base side there as it was drifting toward the seats. Didn't think he had a play on it, but he was able to almost run it down. It did get into the front row. As here's the 0-2 offering, and it's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 1-2. That's the first ball of the ball game by either pitcher. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Masuda. As the lefty Hayakawa delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into right field and moving over just to his right a little bit and making the grab is Ogo. Masuda is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Kazuki Kondo. Well, for Kondo on the early going, he's batting a cool .277 with a couple of homers and 11 RBIs. He is adjusting quite nicely to his surroundings in Fukuoka after being acquired in that off-season deal. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Full slate of games across the NPB tonight. There is some rain in certain areas, but nothing as of this point has been postponed. As the breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike to Kondo. All of the games are in the early going. There was a game between Yokohama and the Swallows. As there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. That got off a little bit earlier, 15 minutes before all the rest of the games, and they are in the top of the second inning in that one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty Hayakawa works to the set. Even though there's no runners on base, and there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. Should Kondo find a way on, it'll be Yuki Yanagita to follow. It was a wild one last night between the Fighters and the Buffaloes, as that game ended up 8-7 in favor of the Buffaloes. Lots of scoring in that one. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. The count remains at 2-2 to Kondo. Again, Hayakawa ready to go back to work again. As he gets his sign and holds set, now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes full to Kondo. If you're going to want to face Kazuki Kondo, this is the time you want to face him when there is nobody on base. He's a very dangerous hitter. As he bats from the left side, waiting on the offering here from the lefty Hayakawa. Bit of an eyebrow raiser that dealt from the fighters. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Coming in on it as the center fielder Tatsumi is going to make the catch. And that is going to do it as Kondo has been retired for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through one complete at the PayPay Dome. Your score is the Eagles 0 and the Hawks 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few minutes or a few moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the second inning, and it is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Eagles. That means Mikhail Franco, Yuya Ogo, and Yukiya Ito come to bat to face Wada here. Wada in the first inning, he had threw nothing but strikes. Every single pitch that he delivered to the Golden Eagles was a strike in this one, and he is ready to go back to work. As the lefty rocks into the motion and fires, it is a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. The diving play by Imamiya. He fields it. He throws to first, and a nice play there. The first baseman Nakamura to dig it out of the dirt. That's going to go down as a ground out 6-3, and that will retire Franco for the first out of the inning. So with one pitch, there is one away here in the second inning. Fantastic defensive play by the shortstop, flashing the leather, getting to his feet, and throwing that one bouncer over to first. It was a tough job for the first baseman to hang on, but he did nonetheless. And that is going to retire Franco for the first out. So now it's 11 pitches and 11 strikes for Wada, as he is off to an impressive start here tonight. And Yuya Ogo steps to the plate, and the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the grab is Kondo. And with two pitches, there's two outs here in the second inning. We'll give it a defensive alignment here for the Hawks tonight before the inning's over, because this is going at a quick clip. Kondo is in the left. The center fielder is Makihara, and in right field, it is Masuda tonight. Around the horn from first to third. At first, it's Nakamura. The second baseman is Momori. The shortstop is Imamiya, and at third, it's Kurihara with the battery of Wada and Kai. Figured we'd squeeze it in because this inning could be done on the next pitch as Wada rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses low. It's the first ball he's delivered here tonight. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ito. You would think you might get the benefit of the doubt as that pitch looked pretty good. Here's the 1-0 as it's on the way, and it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Lefty Wada gets his sign from Kai, and he rocks into the motion, and he kicks, and he fires. It's a slow breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. The count goes to 1-2. Our preseason pick is the Hawks to win the Pacific League this year. They have upgraded their offense, but really they have none of the international players in the offensive lineup here tonight. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in on it and making the grab is Makihara, and that is going to do it. So 3 up and 3 down again here for the Eagles in their half of the second inning. And they are going to be retired here in this one. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 1.5. It is the Hawks nothing and the Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate you for listening in. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the second inning. It'll be the heart of the Hawks batting order to come to bat. That means Yuki Yanagita, Ryoya Kurihara, and Taisi Makihara to face the left-hander Takehisa Hayakawa of the Golden Eagles. This game here has moved along as every batter that's come to bat has been retired by the two pitchers tonight. So as Hayakawa has completed his warm-up tosses, we are almost ready to get this one back underway as Yuki Yanagita will step to the plate. He is hitting .327 in the early going, with a homer and 3 RBIs. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on. It has popped up over on the first base side. That ball is going to drift into the seats, and that's just going to be strike one to Yanagita. Yanagita, 18 for 55 in the early going. He has been on base nearly at a 500 clip as the pitch is on the way, and there's a breaking ball that just misses outside. And the count now goes to 1-1 on Yanagita. As we mentioned, we will be back on the airwaves again Friday night North American time. Saturday for the Saturday Japan game, as there's a breaking ball swung on it as pop foul. And it's going to drift back into the seats behind home plate. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Yanagita. We are going to be making that call, and we'll make the decision on which we're going to carry on that Friday night game as well. We are undecided at this point. We may even try to sneak another one in tomorrow, depending upon how things go. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 1-2. Be a last moment decision within the hour of the game if we can get that done. But we're leaning toward it, and if we can do that, maybe even we'll sneak one in on the Friday game as well. As the 1-2 is on the way, there's another fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. So Yanagita is getting a piece of everything that Hayakawa throws at him, just not a solid piece. So 1-2 strikes as the lefty-lefty matchup continues. It's a slow breaking ball swung on and is tap foul just past the first base coach's box. And the count remains at 1-2 to Yanagita. This is going to be pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming up here as the left-handed hitting DH waits here on the offering from the lefty Hayakawa, who kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball swung on and missed. And Yanagita is down on strikes for out number 1 here in the second inning. And that will bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Well, for Kurihara on the season, he's got a little bit of juice in the bat. He's got a .250 average with 3 homers and 14 runs batted in. He has been a run producer in the middle of the order for the Hawks. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Kurihara. Kurihara batting from the left side, waggling the bat. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 strike to Ryoya Kurihara. As the lefty gets back ready to work again, Hayakawa kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul over on the third base side. Now Hayakawa is way up at 1-2 strikes. Is starting to get some scores trickling in from around the NPB. As the lefty delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. The Lions got on the board in the top of the second inning against the Marines. They have a 1-0 lead. And over in the Central League, the Giants have scored a run, as it's in the bottom of the first inning at the Cochin Stadium between them and the Hanshin Tigers. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Kurihara watched that one go by. I think he wanted that one over again. And he is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. And I'm just going to bring up the center fielder, Taisi Makihara. Well, for Makihara on the season, he's hitting .303. He's got no homers and 4 runs batted in. As he is going to be facing the lefty here. As the Hayakawa delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Makihara. Makihara waggling the bat, waiting on the offering here from the lefty, and now he delivers. It's a fastball under the hands that backs Makihara off the plate, and the count is now even at 1-1. That'll make you feel uncomfortable a little bit, having the fastball come inside, and now we'll see if the pitcher goes away, and there's exactly what he does, and that's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. The count is now 2-1 to Makihara. He's doing a pretty good job of working both sides of the plate, is Hayakawa. Just needs a little bit more command on his pitch right now to hit those corners. Here comes the 2-1. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the right field line. It's going to keep the count, or bring the count even to 2-2. So 2-2 strikes to Makihara. Both teams here are looking for their first hit of the ball game, as both of the pitchers here in the second inning have been very, very good. So 2-2 strikes. As the lefty kicks and he fires, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line, giving chase as the third baseman Kobakata, but it's just going to get into the seats. The temporary seating there down the third base line, where the patrons are sitting in front of the netting and they have to wear helmets. They are issued by the Hawks. So 2-2 strikes it is, as the lefty works, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul. It's just going to be behind home plate. The count remains at 2-2 to Makihara. Good piece of hitting there by Makihara to stay alive. I don't know if that pitch might have been a strike, but it was too close to take. He just flicked the wrists at it and tapped it foul. So here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's a breaking ball down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say it didn't go. And the count is going to be run to 3-2 strikes. So 3-2 to Makihara. Nobody on and 2 gone here in the second inning. As the lefty Hayakawa gets his sign, he works set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside. That's going to be the first base runner of the ball game for either team, as Makihara has drawn himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. Well, for Nakamura on the season, he's hitting .304 with a homer and 7 RBIs. We didn't give you the Golden Eagles lineup defensively, as we have to run through that one here as we're starting to get a little bit deeper into the ball game. From left to right field in the outfield, Shimouchi's in left, Tatsumi is in center, and Ogo is in right. Around the horn from first to third, it's Ito at first, Asamura at second. The shortstop is Yamazaki, and at third base, it is Kobakata. As the first pitch is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Nakamura. And of course, the battery is of Hayakawa and Simatani. So here comes the 0-1 pitch as the lefty holds set and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and now the count goes to 0-2 on Nakamura. Keep our eye on in this position to see if Makihara may be put in motion. I wouldn't think that this is a spot to run at, but you never know. No balls and 2 strikes, might be getting something off speed. Here comes the offering. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. These two teams played last night. There were only 3 games that went off in the NPB last night. And check that. Actually, they didn't play last night. I should bite my tongue on that. It was supposed to be a neutral site game at the Kita Kyushu Citizens Stadium. That game ended up getting washed out. So if it was going to be played at the PayPay Dome, they would have been playing. As the PayPay Dome, most of the time when we watch games, its roof is closed. But it can be retracted and opened. As the 1-2 pitch is ready to come here to Nakamura. As Kawa kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the left field line, giving chase is Shimauchi, and he makes a great catch as he reaches out and hauls it in, and he gives the ball to a fan as a souvenir as he runs off the field. But what a fantastic catch by Shimauchi. He had to go hard to the foul line, extend his arm, and he makes the grab, and that is going to do it here for out number 3. Well, no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 2 complete innings. It is the Eagles no score and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call just a couple moments after this. We appreciate you all for listening in tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check him out.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming up to bat for the Golden Eagles, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order. That means Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, Jinjiro Shimatani, and the center fielder Ryosuke Tatsumi. Get things going here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's been a very, very well-pitched ball game by both of these pitchers. And in particular, the pitcher Wada has been absolutely outstanding so far. 16 pitches in 2 innings and only 1 ball. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike at the knees. The count is 0-1. Yamazaki hitting .262. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. As the crafty lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field, but right to the glove of the center fielder, Taisi Makihara, and that is going to do it here for Yamazaki as he is retired for the first out of the inning. Wada is definitely throwing strikes. And the Eagle hitters are not able to do anything with it up to this point. So Yamazaki is gone for out number 1, and that brings up the catcher Jinjiro Shimatani. And for Shimatani on the young season, he's hitting .286. He's got a homer and 2 runs batted in. As the lefty Wada kicks and delivers, it's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. This is some good pitching here by Wada in the early going. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that just misses low and inside for a ball, and that is now 1-1 to Shimatani. Wada showing flashbacks of his younger years as he rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball swung on and lifted foul over on the first base side. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shimatani. Of course, Wada had spent some time in Major League Baseball Years ago with the Chicago Cubs. As the 1-2 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats beyond the first base dugout, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the catcher, Simitani. Watt again rocking into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that backs Simitani off the plate. The count goes even now to 2-2. Another part that's impressive so far tonight with Watt, only 16 pitches in the first 2 innings of work. Very economical in his work rate as he rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. It's down in the dirt, blocked by Kai. He has to get up and throw to first. It's going to go into the books as a strikeout, but 2-3 on the putout, as Simitani is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi, he has not had a good start to the year. He is batting now in the 9 spot, batting $160 with a homer and 4 RBIs. He has been hitting as high as the leadoff spot, of course, but he also has hit 6th in the batting order. Just can't seem to get it going. There's a fastball that misses down and away for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Tatsumi batting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Wada. Rocks into the windup and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. I would have to say my disappointment with Tatsumi is that we first started to watch him a couple of years ago. We felt that his trajectory would have to be up. And now that he's on the wrong side of 25, you would have to think that this might be what you get. As there's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away down the left field line, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sometimes players will progress. They always use that indicator as 25 as kind of the marker. They always used to say he's either a prospect or a suspect. And as he is playing now, he is not playing himself into that prospect status that you would think that he should be or has been. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and Tatsumi is down on strikes as he is finished for out number 3 here in the 3rd inning. Well, pretty simple. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your score is the Hawks 0 and the Eagles 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Some masterful pitching here at the PayPay Dome by both of these arms here tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving along here to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order to come to bat for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, and that means it's going to be Kenta Imamiya, Takuya Kai, and Masaki Momori. Get things going here against the left-hander Hayakawa, who kicks and delivers his first offering. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side. It's in foul territory. Moving over underneath it is Simitani, and he's going to make the catch. And with 1 pitch, Imamiya has been retired for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Takuya Kai. Well, for Kai, he's hitting 170 on the early going. He's got no homers and 7 RBIs. Both of these teams here, their offense has been inept so far against both of the pitchers. So Kai looking to get things going here from the 9 spot. He is a diminutive catcher, only stands at 5'7" as he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. But he is very adept behind the plate. He is a good catch and throw guy. Does an excellent job of receiving the ball. He can block well. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kai. As the lefty rocks into the motion and delivers, there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kai. The lefty leans in. He gets his sign from his catcher. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Kai is gone for out number 2 here. Boy, this is just clipping along really, really quick. Both of these pitchers are carving through both of the batting orders at a very, very rapid pace. And that's going to bring up the top of the order in Masaki Momori. Well, Mori is 0 for 1 on the year. He popped out to the first baseman his first time up. Yoshi Wada is getting to the top of the dugout, getting himself stretched. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Momori. As we mentioned, 0 for 1 today in this one. Our friend Titus is in the house. Welcome, Titus. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Momori. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is taken on 1 hop by the shortstop Yamazaki, but he drops it as he's trying to make the exchange. That's going to go down as an error. Charged to the shortstop, a 2-out error here, and that's going to bring up Shu Masuda. So that ball there, it looked like it had a little bit of weird spin to it. He tried to backhand the ball. I thought it was on the exchange, but no, it just hit the heel of the glove of Yamazaki. Unable to make the play, and that's going to bring up Shu Masuda to the plate. Our friend Titus asks how we're doing today, and it's not so bad. We're glad we were able to pick this game out here tonight to do it. It's been a quick affair so far. So the lefty ready to go back to work, and Hayakawa throws over to first base, and diving back in time is Momori. Masuda flew out to right field his first time up. He is batting .273 now on the campaign. As the lefty holds in the set position, he checks the runner. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that pours in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Masuda. So no balls and 1 strike it is. As we said, we're going to try to back in to do another game tomorrow, if possible. As the lefty works to the set position. And he throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Momori. Momori has been a threat to steal in the past. As we said, he is getting his first action of the 2023 campaign tonight. Last season, he stole 20 bases. The year before, he had 16 to his name. He's got himself a bit of a one-way lead, and there he goes. It's a fastball that's taken inside. The throw down to second is not in time, and it's also offline. It's going to be a stolen base by Momori. He's opening his account with stolen base number 1 of the season. We'll have to confirm it, but the last pitch to us looked like it was a ball to Masuda. Did not see the umpire go up with the right hand. So easy pickings there for the base runner. As the lefty is ready to go back to work. And here comes the offering to Masuda. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that just misses upstairs. The count goes now to 2-1. So this is dangerous situation now with Momori in scoring position. That error by Yamazaki could come up large. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the lefty holds to the set position. And here comes the offering. The pitch is on the way. It's a slow breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. The left-hander Hayakawa ready to go back to work. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Masuda. The runner at second, Momori. And here comes the pitch. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and that runs the count now to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hayakawa. Or I should say to Masuda as Hayakawa reaches for the rosin bag. It could be one of those ones today. Have to keep that coffee and the hot chocolate going, as we are hoping for a quick one here tonight. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty works set and now delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring up the dangerous Kazuki Kondo to the plate. So just as the pitcher Hayakawa has been cruising along here, he finds himself with a little bit of trouble as the error by Yamazaki and now the base on balls to Masuda has put runners at first and second with 2 gone. Kazuki Kondo coming to the plate. And as innocent as that error could have been with the 2 out here, could come back to really haunt the Eagles in this one. So Kondo at the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to center field his first time up. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Kondo with a couple of homers and 11 RBIs. He is in scoring position usually when he steps into the batter's box. He has some juice in the bat. His average is at .316 now on the season. As he waits here from Hayakawa. He knows him well. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of Shimouchi. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. Momori is going to score from second. Kondo is going to get himself an RBI, and that is going to open up the scoring here for the Hawks at 1-0. As we said, that error by Yamazaki could come back to haunt the Golden Eagles. That's going to put runners now at first and second, and that is going to bring Yuki Yanagita to the plate. Nice swing there by Kondo to stay inside the ball and go the other way with the pitch. The throw was not even close. He's got himself the RBI, and that is going to bring the teammates from the Hawks up out of their seats in the dugout. So 1-0 is the score line, and the error looms large. So Yanagita comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. He did give Hayakawa quite the battle. As the pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. And that's the other part to this, too, is that the pitch count now for the starter is starting to ratchet up. He is at 54 pitches now. He would have been out of the inning at 45 had that shortstop Yamazaki made the play. Extra 9 pitches having to be used. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Always frustrating when that happens. They can't take care of the baseball, the defense, and the next thing you know, the pitcher's out there for a few extra batters, and maybe he's got to come out a little earlier. And the way that the Eagles have pitched this year, well, gets their bullpen into action earlier, and that may not be a good thing. And here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a fastball that just misses, and the count is now 2-1. Maybe a little home cooking on that last call because that pitch looked pretty good. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is to Yanagita. as the lefty checks the runner at second base. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming hard is Shimochi. He slides. He can't make the catch, and it gets by him. 1 run is in. Now he chases it down. He fires it back into the infield, but 2 runs are going to score on the bleeder by Yanagita, and just like that, it is a 3-0 lead for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So that is going to be a base hit by Yanagita. He's going to get himself a couple of RBIs. Shimochi came racing in. He had to slide to try to make that catch. He couldn't come up with it, but he couldn't keep it in front either. As we get the replay of it, he came sliding in, and he tries to make it. It just fell out of the outstretched arm. Couldn't keep it in front, got behind him, and the next thing you know, 2 runs are across the board, and just like that, it's a 3-0 lead for the Hawks. Kind of makes you wonder if maybe it was a year or 2 earlier. Maybe he's got the legs to be able to make the play, but now that error really stands out large. As 3 runs have plated now for the Hawks here, all with 2 out. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down for ball 1. Yanagita, by the way, is at second. We'll have to see if the score ruled that a single or if they gave him a double on that. I personally probably would have given him a double because there was no error on that play. But that would be my opinion. It is a 2-base hit, as there is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Kurihara. So a favorable home crowd call to a double and 2 RBIs. And here comes the 1-1 to Kurihara. As Hankawa delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Taisi Makihara. Should Kurihara find a way on base? And that's what happens. Things can get away on you in a big hurry. All of a sudden, 1 error, and it looks innocent. And the next thing you know is a couple of hits, a walk, couple of hits, and there's 3 runs on the board for the Hawks. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's on the way. It is a breaking ball. Swung on. It is grounded over to third. Fielded by the third baseman, Kobakata, who throws to first. And that is going to do it here as Kurihara has erased ground out 5-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, in the inning, there were 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 3 complete innings. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks holding a 3-0 lead over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. And in turn, we'd like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the ball game. Well, it's going to be the top of the order coming up to bat for the Golden Eagles here in the 4th. It'll be Hiroto Kobaka, Hiroki Shimochi, and Hidetto Asamura. We face the crafty lefty Tsuyoshi Wada. Wada definitely off to a good start here in this one, not just in terms of his balls and strikes, but also in terms of his total pitches. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away to Kobakata for ball 1. Only 28 pitches for the lefty through the first 3 innings. Oh, for 1 tonight for Kobakata. His average is dropped to 271, and there's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count now is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Lefty Wada rocking into the windup. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. As we said before, those errors, they just come back to haunt you. And that is what will make you pay all the time. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. And it is a breaking ball that jumps in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. That last strike, boy, I'm not sure that looked a whole lot different than some of the first ones that we saw. As Takuya Kai was able to bring it up, here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2 to Kobakata. Kobakata getting that nod at third base tonight. They are seemingly fixed on Yamazaki as the shortstop. As we said, Kobakata played quite a bit there last year, but he's been sort of in a utility type of role this year. As the pitch is a breaking ball swung on, this ball is lifted into shallow left field. Moving back on it is Imamiya, and he's going to make the catch. He's going to retire Kobakata for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimouchi. Well, for Shimouchi, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. And then he did not exactly exhibit the great defensive play that we've come accustomed to watching him play and do over the last couple of years, as he slid to try to catch that ball off of the bat of Kazuki Kondo. It ended up getting by him. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. And this ball has got legs, and it is gone. A home run. Well, that's the way to get yourself back into the good books. A solo shot here by Shimouchi. And that is going to be his first home run of the season, as he rounds the bases and it cuts into the lead at 3-1. So Shimouchi gets one back. Defensively gives a couple up. Well, they're in the books at a -1 right now based on Shimouchi's play. But now the scoreline is 3-1 here for the Hawks. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. Really, they're only a base runner and a home run away from being right back all tied up in this one. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Asamura tonight struck out looking his first time up, as he bats here against the lefty Wada, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that moves Asamura off the plate, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. The lefty Wada kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul down the first base line, and that's going to reach the seats. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Asamura. Left-hander against the right-hander. Wada ready to go again as he rocks into the windup and delivers. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field, and this ball is gone. Back-to-back homers. And that 3-0 lead, it does not look safe, as it is Shimouchi and now Asamura going deep. That is going to cut the scoreline now to 3-2. So it's a homer fest all of a sudden here now in the PayPay Dome. So 3-2 here in the top of the 4th inning, and that's going to bring up Mikael Franco. And I have to say that Wada has gone 5 innings and 4 innings this year in his starts. We were wondering what that would be, and we felt that it was probably going to be that type of start here tonight, 4 or 5 innings. The alarm bells have to be going off, as we are in the 4th inning right now. So Mikael Franco steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to the shortstop his first time up. As lefty Wada rocks into the motion, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Franco. Franco batting .206 now on the season. He's got some pop in the stick with a couple homers and 6 RBIs. Hit 1 homer on opening night, and he's only hit 1 since, as there's a fastball that misses down, and then the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Mikael Franco. rocking into the motion and delivering. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. Count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. One of the interesting things in the Pacific League, 3 teams after 20 games all tied with the same winning percentage. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 3-1. The Buffaloes, Lions, and Marines all 12-8, playing 600 ball. The Hawks are in 4th place at 529. And the Golden Eagles are in 5th. They've not played good baseball this year yet. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. The count now goes to 3-2 on Franco. The Hawks, of all the teams in the Pacific League, have the least amount of home runs. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, coming hard and making the catch is going to be Makihara, and that is going to do it for out number 2 as Franco goes into the books with a fly ball to center field. That's going to leave all up to Yuya Oga. So a bit of a power outage for the Hawks. We're on the flip side of the coin now with the 2 home runs tonight. The Eagles now have 15. They trail the Buffaloes and the Lions, who have 19 and 18 respectively going into tonight's action. Eagles have the worst offense in the NPB thus far. In terms of batting average, there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0 to Oga. On the flip side, the Fukuoka Ball Club has the 3rd worst or 4th best, depending on how you look at it. If your glass is half empty or half full, as the breaking ball is swung on and missed by Oga, and the count is now 1-1. The difference is the pitching. It is a fluffed up ERA of 3.60 for the Golden Eagles. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. The Hawks are sitting at a 2.76 ERA. They've got the 2nd best in the Pacific League. As the lefty goes into the motion and delivers, there's a fastball that just misses inside. Counts now 2-2 to Oga. Compare it to the other league, the Chinichi Dragons only with 4 homers, and the Hanshin Tigers have 6. As there is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and Oga is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. There's been damage and damage done. Back-to-back homers by Shimochi and Asamura have the Eagles back in the ballgame. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 3.5 innings. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Your score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3-2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Whether you listen live or on delay, we appreciate you all for being here. Here is our friend Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and the scoreline is 4-2 now. Or sorry, check that, 3-2 for the Hawks, as they have gave up a couple back-to-back homers here in the top of the 4th inning. Eagles have clawed their way back to within 1 run, and we're back at the live action as the first pitch is offered by Hayakawa and is swung on and missed by Taisi Makihara, and the count is quickly 0-1. Makihara was the first base runner of the ball game. He drew a walk in the 2nd inning, but he was stranded there as he bunts, and it's popped up Behind home plate, Sumatani is going to get underneath it. He's going to make the catch. And Makihara, who tried to bunt himself on, is going to be retired for out number 1 here. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. As we take a quick peek around the NPB, other action, there are scores on the out-of-town scoreboard. The Giants are now got a 5 spot on the board against the Tigers. 5-0 there in the league. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Nakamura. 1-1 in the game between the Swallows and the Bay Stars. That's in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dragons have a 2-1 lead at the Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadium over the Hiroshima Carp. As a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2 to Nakamura. Fighters lead the Buffaloes 2-0, and it's 1-1 between the Marines and the Lions as the Marines have got one back in that one. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving over underneath it is Shimochi. He's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Nakamura for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. And of course, this one here, it is 3-2. So scoring all over the place now in the NPB. We made our predictions tonight on this one. We have 2 games that are tied. We are winning this pick, and everything else is in the dumpster. As the first pitch is a breaking ball taken by Imamiya for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Imamiya tonight 0-for-1 as he did pop out to the pitcher his first time up. And the pitch is delivered. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Imamiya bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the lefty Hayakawa kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on and is lifted foul down the right field line, and the count now goes or keeps the same at no balls and 2 strikes. 69 pitches here for the lefty. As he's ready to deliver again, it's a breaking ball swung on, as grounded softly to short. Yamazaki fields it. He throws to first. That is going to do it as Imamiya is down on a ground out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the top of the 5th inning. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody, whether you listen live or on delay. We appreciate you all for being here with us. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising here to the top of the 5th inning, and we're just going to be back in about 30 seconds after this timeout. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 5th inning. It is going to be Yukiya Ito, Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, and Jinjiro Sumatani to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. Hawks got 3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning, all after 2 out, and an error by the shortstop Yamazaki opened the floodgates. And then it was back-to-back homers in the top of the 4th by Shimochi and Asamura, and that is where we stand as we go to the top of the 5th inning. As the left-hander Tsuyoshi Wada ready to deliver again, it's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Ito 0-for-1 tonight. He flew out to center field his first time up. His averages dropped to 200 on the campaign. As the lefty delivers, it is a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. 50 pitches through the first 4 innings for the Fukuoka lefty, as he has been masterful in his 4 innings in terms of being able to throw strikes all around the plate all night long. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly foul over to the third base coach's box. Nice play by the third base coach, who was backpedaling to make the play. No balls. Check that. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Ito. As the lefty Wada ready to go again, he rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a breaking ball that's down. Good block there by Takuya Kai. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty ready to do it again. He rocks into the windup, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Moving in on it and camping out underneath it is Kondo. He's going to make the catch. Check that. Left field. It looked like it was somebody else. I wonder if they made a substitution or maybe move their defense around. It didn't quite look like Kondo making the grab. We'll have to catch up on that to see if that is the case or not. That's going to bring up Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. So Yamazaki is 0 for 1 tonight. He's flown out to center field his only time up. As the lefty Wada ready to go again. He rocks into the motion, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yamazaki flew out to center field his first time tonight. He's seen his season average drop to 258. As the lefty delivers, it is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. 1 and 1 strike. At this rate here, we would have to think Wada has probably got a chance to come back out for the 6th. I really don't see him going that deep into the ballgame, and the deeper he goes, the better it is for the Hawks. There's a breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We will have our Japanese halftime, as we like to call it, after the bottom half of this inning. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yamazaki. And the lefty Wada ready to do it again. He rocks into the windup, and he kicks, and he fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field, moving over underneath it and making the grab. As I say, we're going to have to do a double check on that. But it is Kazuki Kondo. It's had his 2 putouts for him in a row. I didn't think it looked like him. It looked like it may have been a substitute. But no, that is Kondo out there. So 2 up and 2 away, and both were fly balls to the left fielder Kondo. Well, that brings Jinjiro Shimatani to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. As the lefty rocks and delivers, it's a slow breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Shimatani. And the left-hander delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to short. Emamiya goes into the 6-hole, backhands it. He throws to first, and Shimatani is going to be retired on a ground out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 4.5. It is the Hawks 3 and the Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Whether you listen live or on delay, we appreciate everybody for being here when you're here. Welcome back, everybody. It is 3-2. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action here. The Hawks have the lead over the Eagles as we move to the bottom of the fifth. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters to come to bat. That means Takuya Kai, and then the top of the order, Masaki Momori and Shumasuda, to face the left-hander Takahisa Hayakawa. 5 innings for Tsuyoshi Wada. I'm sure they're going to be on high alert to the bullpen, as Wada is at 62 pitches. Keep an eye on Fujimoto and that bullpen. I would be curious to see if they do bring him out for a 6th inning of work. It looks like he is going to come back into the ball game, and it will be their turn. So the damage by the Golden Eagles done by Shimochi and Asamura, the 2 solo shots, have clawed the Eagles back into this one as they are trailing 3-2. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Takuya Kai, 0 for 1 tonight, struck out his first time up. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. Hayakawa has 4 strikeouts so far in his 4 innings of work, as he's ready to go back at it here against Kai. As the lefty kicks and he delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The lefty delivers again. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Kai. Lefty Hayakawa gets his side from his catcher, Sumitani. Now he's ready to go to work again. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes full to 3-2 on Kai. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Updated scoreboard from around the NPB, as there's lots of scoring now going on all over the place. 1-1 it is between the Bay Stars and the Swallows, bottom of the 5th. There was a fastball that misses upstairs, and Kai's going to get himself a leadoff walk to start the 5th inning, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Masaki Momori. Other scores from around the NPB, the Giants have that 5-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning over the Tigers. 2-2 now between the Dragons and the Carp. That is in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Fighters have a 4 spot on the board against the Buffaloes. That's in the top of the 4th inning. The bottom of the 4th inning, it's 1-1 between the Marines and the Lions. And, of course, this one's at 3-2 for the Hawks. So the lefty Hayakawa ready to go back to work. We'll keep our eye here. And they throw over to first base, but we're looking to see if there's going to be a bunt. So Momori here. Waggles the bat. And the lefty is holding in the set position. And now he kicks. They do square to bunt, and the ball is bunted down the first base line, but it's just going to roll foul. It wasn't bunting for the sacrifice as much as he was bunting to try to get on base was Momori. It's no balls and 1 strike to him. So we'll keep an eye on that. He didn't show any sign of it on the throw over. So no balls and 1 strike as the lefty works to the set. Now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Momori here getting the sign from his third base coach. I would think here that they're going to try to push Kai into scoring position. You got the big 2-3-4. Here he is scoring early now. And the 1-1 on the way. He pulls back and he swings, and now he's going to foul that one off. That's going to run the count to 1-2. I don't know what they're doing. They might be out thinking themselves right now, are the Hawks. They had Kai in motion on that as well. Momori had taken a good, healthy hack at it and fouled that one away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think I would have been satisfied with just moving him over to second and then trying to bang him home with the next 2 hitters coming up. So here's the 1-2. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It is fielded by Yamazaki. Over to second for 1. Back to first. And it's not going to be in time. It's going to erase Kai on a fielder's choice, 6-4. He's going to be gone for out number 1. Momori, with his good wheels, is going to reach first safely. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Shu Masuda. As we get the replay of it, just too quick down the line is Momori. He's going to have to keep an eye on the speedy second baseman as he reached on the error his last time up, but he stole a base off of Hayakawa. And I would think he is ripe to go here. Shu Masuda waits on the first offering. As Hayakawa holds at the belt. And now he delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. We're talking before about pitchers' pickoff moves. Not in this game, but one of our previous games, especially the lead left-handers. And I was talking with our friend Eric Fox of the channel. And he was saying when he was with Gary Pettis with the Texas Rangers, something that he was tipped off to was on the lefties when their left shoulder moves backwards. They got nowhere to go but to throw to first base. And he said he'd never heard that before until he was teammates with Pettis in the Texas organization. And they talked about cueing on the logo up around the left shoulder of the left-handed pitchers. As soon as you see that angle back, you knew it was time to go back to the base. And he says after he figured that out, he never got picked off again. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. And they throw over to first base. There goes the runner. They throw down to second, and that is going to retire Momori. That's going to go down. He's going to be picked off. It's going to go 1-3-6 on the putout. And he's going to be retired for the second out. So that is probably the first movement that the Hawks were going off of there. So he's got a stolen base tonight. Now he's been gunned down. A lot of teams will do that off of lefties. They'll say, hey, we're going to go on first movement. As soon as he moves, they're going to go. Here comes the offering. Now it's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded back to the pitcher. Nice job by the pitcher, Hayakawa, to field his position. And he's going to throw to first, and that's going to retire Masuda for the third out of the inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 5 complete innings. We're going to put the tunes on loop. We're going to take ourselves a little break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes with all the action after this. Appreciate everybody for being here. We'll be back in a few. It is our version of Japanese halftime, the extended break between the 5th and the 6th innings in the Pacific League.
All I wanna be Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. The top of the sixth inning has already started, and with one pitch, there is one away as Ryosuke Tatsumi grounded out to the shortstop, Kenta Amamiya, for out number one, and it's going to bring up the top of the order in Hiroto Kobakata to the plate. Kobakata is 0 for 2 in this one as he's flown to left and popped to short in his 2 trips to the plate. And the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. Tsuyoshi Wada still on in the ballgame here as he is in his 6th inning of work. 64 pitches so far for the left-hander as he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. One would have to think that he won't probably sniff the 7th, but you never know. He is getting a little bit long in his years, and he doesn't really get into these parts too often. There's a fastball that swung on and it's lifted foul into the seats. The third base dugout, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kobakata. The lefty ready to go again as Wada kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down in the dirt. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wada's had himself a solid ball game here so far. We said he had started the ball game with, I believe it was 13 consecutive strikes. As the pitch is on the way, the 2-2, and it's a fastball swung on and it is lined into left field for a base hit. Past the glove of the shortstop, Amamiya, and Kobakata is aboard with a 1-out single. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimouchi. Well, there is action in the Fukuoka bullpen. And I think if I was them, I would be concerned, although Shimouchi has struck out and homered in his 2 at-bats. The home run left the yard about, I hate to call it a deep blast. It was more of a bit of a wall scraper as it was a couple of rows deep into the right field seats. So Shimouchi here, batting against the left-hander Wada for the 3rd time tonight. With that home run, he pulled his average up to 206. As you can have these wild swings with the low number of at-bats. Here comes the offering from Wada. It's a breaking ball that misses way outside, and the count is 1-0. The runner, Kobakata, can run. He's got 4 stolen bases on the year. One would have to think they probably are going to be a little bit more cautious in this situation, as they do have the big boys coming up in Shimouchi, Asamura, and Franco. As the 1-0 pitch is on the way, instead they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is Kobakata. So 1 ball and no strikes. As Shimouchi waggles his bat, waiting here on the offering from the lefty Wada. And again, he throws over to first base, and again, diving back in time safely is Kobakata. So the lefty ready to go back to work. Shimouchi waggling the bat. As the lefty works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to the right side. Fielded by the first baseman, who goes to second for 1. It's not going to be back in time. A nice play there by the first baseman. Well done there by the by Akira Nakamura. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice, 3-6, as Kobakata is going to be erased for the second out. And Shimouchi is going to be safe on the back end. But that is going to be it for Tsuyoshi Wada. 5 2/3 innings. As they are going to go to the bullpen, we are going to see a pitching change. The manager Fujimoto is out to talk to the umpire, and the pitching coach Saito on his way to the mound. A good outing here for Wada as he threw 70 pitches, 5 2/3 innings. Had only allowed 3 hits. And of course, the back-to-back home runs by Shimouchi and Asamura. And his date night is going to be finished. Well, as we have the pitching change, we'll get back to you in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in. As we say, whether you listen live or on delay, it doesn't matter either one. We're glad you guys could jump in here with us. Here's our friend Steve.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Back, everybody. The right-hander Yuki Matsumoto is coming into the ball game to replace Tsuyoshi Wada, as he is going to be taking over here. And so for Matsumoto on the season, he's going to be appearing in his 10th ball game. He has no wins and no losses, or 6 2/3 innings. He's given up 5 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out 8. He has conceded a couple of runs, but none of them have been earned, so he's got an ERA of 0. So he is on here in relief. So Matsumoto, and one would expect this might be the only batter that he might face, as he usually comes in and works in the jam. So this is the way it's going to be here, as he's going to face Asamura with the runner Shimouchi at first. And now he works to the set position. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. That barreled in at 96 miles an hour on the radar gun. So a little bit of juice on that pitch there by Matsumoto. And one would have to think that's what they're going to get a steady diet of here the rest of the way. Lots of heaters upwards in the mid to upper 90s. So here comes the offering now for Matsumoto, who works to the set position. Now the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is now no balls and 2 strikes to Asamura. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the righty leans in, he gets his sign from his catcher Kai. He's looking to put Asamura away here for the 3rd out of the inning. He checks the runner over at first base, and here comes the 0-2 as it's ready to come on the way. He holds set, and now he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right center field, racing over and making the catch. Oh, boy, we almost had a collision there big time. The outfielders are laughing about it now, but I don't think I'd be laughing at it too much. It looks like it was Masuda who came in and made the grab. If you saw the game last night, I believe it was the Swallows and the Bay Stars. There was an inside the park home run when the outfielders for the Swallows collided. That almost is exactly what happened here, but they are able to get out of it, are the Hawks. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner was left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat here. And it is going to be Kensuke Kondo, Yuki Yanagita, and Ryoya Kurihara to face the left-hander Takahisa Hayakawa, who is still in the ball game, as the lefty is ready to go back to work. Pitch number 83 on the way to Kondo. It's a fastball that misses upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-1 on Kondo. Kondo batting on the left side here against the lefty Hayakawa. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kondo is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also got himself an RBI. As the lefty delivers, it is a fastball that misses upstairs. That is going to run the count to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short, fielded neatly by the shortstop, Yamazaki. He throws to first, and Kondo is gone for the first out of the inning on a ground out, 6-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the DH, Yuki Yanagita. One of our friends to the channel, BII, had sent us a message and figures that Trevor Bauer will get 1 more start with the second team, the farm team in Japan, and then it'll probably be a ball game against the Carp. I've heard probably Golden Week is when he'll make his debut. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yuki Yanagita is 1 for 2 in this one. He's got a double and a pair of RBIs. As the lefty is delivering, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Moving over underneath it is Tatsumi, and he's going to make the catch. Yanagita is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. Well, we have a number of folks in the house this morning. We got the hobbyist in, checking in. We appreciate you being here. Our friend hobbyist says that the Eagles are their typical selves today. This is true. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is grounded over to first, but it's just foul. Past the first base bag, and the count is 0-1. We've also got Louis in here today. Morning late on today. Close game, and he likes the mascot picks. Appreciate you, Louis, for being in here. And we got Andy Altmanor in the house as well. I duck off the channel for all of about 10 seconds, and there's a host of messages come up. Thanks, guys, for jumping in here today. There's a breaking ball that is delivered for a called strike. The count is now 0-2 to Kurihara. We mentioned we were going to do a game last night, but sleep got the better of us. We're contemplating doing the Bay Stars and the Swallows. That one there was just a little bit too much for us. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. And Kurihara is down on strikes for the third out of the inning, and that's going to do it here in the sixth. As there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. That is going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the inning. It looks like we're going to have yet another Hawks pitching change. We'll get that for you when we come back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for all being here with us. Your score is the Hawks 3, the Eagles 2. We'll be back with the top of the seventh inning in just a couple moments, right after this musical timeout. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to get ourselves another pitching change as the Hawks are going to the bullpen again, as they are calling upon another right-hander, as it is going to be, as we have the drum roll going, looks like it's going to be Samori coming in. This is Yuki Samori, a right-hander. He has worked in 7 ball games already this year. He's got 2 wins and no losses, 6 1/3 innings, 9 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 6, and he's allowed 4 runs, 3 of which have been earned. He's got a 4.26 earned run average. So Yuki Samori on in relief pitcher number 3 to be used by the Hawks in this one. I would be curious to see if Moinello and if it's going to be Osuna to finish this one off. So here we go. Here is the first pitch to Mikael Franco. Samori kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up. Foul over on the first base side. Drifting over underneath it is Nakamura, but he's going to watch it sail into the seats. That's going to run the count to 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Mikael Franco. A couple programming notes for us. We are going to be doing a ball game on the Saturday Japan time. Our friend Andy says, good evening, 7:36 in Osaka. Yes, it is. Beautiful night for ball games in most places. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. We will be calling a game on Friday North American time, which is the Saturday game, but we will not be on the airwaves on Sunday. Just have too many things going on to be able to do it, but we're going to try to squeeze in another game tomorrow night as the pitch is on the way. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2 to Franco. As we say, we're going to manage our time clocks over here as well. I was going to start trying to do some major league games in the daytime. Just don't have the time right now to squeeze those in. It's been quite the while since we have done it. As the right-hander ready to deliver again. Samori kicks, and there's the 1-2. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up. Foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line. Keeps the count at 1-2 to Franco. So that Yomiuri Giant 5-0 lead does not look safe as the Tigers have roared back with 4 of their own. It's now a 5-4 ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning at the Cochin Stadium. Lots of scoring all over the place. 1-1 between the Bay Stars and the Swallows. 3-2 for the Dragons. They've retaken the lead against the Carp. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. And Franco is down on strikes for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Yuya Oga. Well, for Oga, he is 0 for 2. He has flown to left and struck out in this one. So Samori on in relief here, blew away the first hitter, Franco, with Oga coming to bat. Other scores, 4-0 for the Fighters over the Buffaloes. That's in the bottom of the fifth inning, and it is a 1-1 game at the Zozo Marine Stadium between the Chibalote Marines and the Saitama Cebu Lions. There's a fastball that misses up and in for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Oga. Our friend Louis says would be a cool way to do it. I guess a little easier to get around Japan than us. I'm not sure what that would be. I'm looking back there. Andy said about it's true that all the rainouts get made up in October, as that fastball was swung on and missed by Oga. That question to you, Andy, is yes and no. Sometimes they'll start squeezing them in a little bit earlier. I remember last year in September that they were squeezing some games in. They'd have no games scheduled on Mondays as that fastball is swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the third base line. Another opportunity where they could squeeze some games in is after the interleague play, which starts at the end of May. They have about a 4 or 5 day break. I think it's a 4-day break. But, depending upon how much rain falls, yeah, that has been the case where they've played it after the season. But they have had some other opportunities to get games in at different times. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. One thing I don't understand in the Japanese league is why they don't consider doing double headers. At the bare minimum, a day-night on a weekend. You could do your first game at a 1 o'clock first pitch, clear the stadium, and make sure you clean up the mess of everybody else, and then come on back in for game number 2. That just makes a whole lot of sense to me in a lot of ways, especially in some of the areas where they really draw. Yes, here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's on its way. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called third strike. Oga, watch that one go by. He is gone for out number 2. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Ika Ito. Our friend Andy says he was hoping for a day-night doubleheader at the Cochin this week. Well, I was hoping for if the weather was nice, which it hasn't been, cold, rainy, and dreary. Yeah, you don't see. I can't remember, at least in the last few years, if there's ever been a doubleheader in the NPB. I don't know why. I'd be curious to ask that question. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that just misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Yuki Ito batting here as he's 0 for 2 tonight. His average is sunk to $1.90 on the campaign as the right-hander Samori ready to deliver again. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball delivered, and it's fouled away just to the first base side of home plate, and the count is 1-1. I don't know what's up with the Golden Eagles and their offense. I look at their offense, and I think of last year when they had Nishikawa, who's down on the farm right now. He was in the top spot. He was the player of the month in the NPB in March, April. Of course, he can't get a spot in this side. As here comes the 1-1 offering. It's on its way. It's a fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul over on the first base side. The count is 1-2. And then you've got Ryosuke Tatsumi, who is the starting center fielder who can't hit worth a lick right now. It's kind of the start that he had the last couple of years where he just goes in the tank early. It takes him so long to get going. Maybe they got to give him a dose of winter ball somewhere in the Venezuelan or the Dominican leagues. So he walks into the NPB season. He's already got his timing. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As Samori delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2. Sometimes you see that with players. They get off to such slow starts. Maybe they got to backtrack them a little bit and get them playing a little bit more in the off season to get their timing down. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Ito. As the right-hander Samori works to the set position. And now he kicks and he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say that Ito didn't go. He's going to run the count full now to 3-2. The shortstop Yamazaki waits his turn on deck should Ito to be able to find himself on. That error by Yamazaki back in the third inning could loom large in this one. Already has loomed large. It basically accounted for all three of the runs. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. Ito is going to get himself a 2-out walk. That's going to bring up Tsuyoshi Yamazaki to the plate. Well, if you weren't with this in the third inning, there were 2 outs, and Hayakawa was cruising right along, and then there was a 2-out ground ball to the shortstop, and then Yamazaki made the error. The next thing you know, a walk to Masuda, a single by Kondo, knocking in the first run, and a double by Yanagita that brought in 2 more, and that's been the 3 runs of how the Hawks got it, all with 2 out in that third inning. This brings Junjiro Sumitani brings up Yamazaki to the plate. Junjiro Sumitani is awaiting his turn on deck. Ito, the runner at first here with 2 gone. As the right-hander, Samori ready to deliver. He kicks and he fires. It's a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0. All of a sudden, the home plate umpire has seemingly lost his command of the strike zone. Some of those pitches look pretty good to Ito. Now, mind you, that pitch looked pretty good, but Samori did not hit his spot. The catcher, Takuya Kai, was set up on the outside part of the plate. That pitch missed over, but inside. Maybe if Kai was set up a little bit better, he might have got that call. So here's the 1-0. It's a breaking ball that just misses down and in. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As we mentioned earlier, we're going to make some decisions on some of the games over the next couple of days. Hopefully we can give you guys some of that action as well. So 2 balls and no strikes to Yamazaki. It's a lighter night tomorrow night in the NPB. Only 4 games will be had. Here's the pitch, and it's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. So not as much action tomorrow as there is in today. Our friend Louis mentioned, yes, as Andy says, that the mascot pick's nice. The Hawk has quite the package. Yeah, we've got a, that's a little extra bonus. I think that's the tail that hangs down, but who knows? Maybe he's got a little bit extra girth hanging down in that picture. Never really thought too much about it. Good on the Hawk. We've got some of the female Eagles. Maybe we should get them together with that Fukuoka SoftBank Hawk, and then you've got something there as well. Be quite the package he's got. I think they are doing some of the mascot stuff, especially with the male and female. They definitely, Murray Giants do it. There's a fastball swung on. This ball has popped up into shallow right center field. Moving back underneath it is the second baseman. That is going to be brought in by Momori, and that is going to do it here for the Eagles in their half of the 7th. Well, they go quietly. There was no runs, no hits, no errors. There was 1 runner left aboard. And we are now moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3, and it is 2 for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. We'll be back in just a couple moments after that tail feather by the Hawks. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising now to the bottom half of the 7th inning as I'm getting hot chocolate all over my game sheets here. So adding a little extra to it, I think. It is the cheerleaders are out and prancing around over on the field for Fukuoka as they are. It's kind of interesting in this, their version of the 7th inning stretch. They've got a car that's up on a type of a crane or a pedestal, whatever you want to call it, and it gets pushed up in the advertisement, and they've got stuff going on around it. That is how they do their stuff. We are going to be moving here to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and it's going to be Makihara, Nakamura, and Imamiya to come to bat. Our friend the hobbyist says, have a good day and go Eagles. Well, we appreciate you there, Chris, for stopping in. And thank you for your support of the channel, as always. So we have the lefty Hayakawa is still on the mound at pitch number 92, and he delivers a first pitch breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. 92 pitches for the left-hander. And the best thing that can happen for the Eagles is that he stays on the mound. When it gets into their bullpen, the game becomes quite the adventure. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 to Makihara. Congratulations to a longtime buddy of mine who is coaching in the Slovak Extra Hockey League. His name is Dan Seaman, and they won a championship in the Slovak Extra League. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. Had an opportunity to coach over in Europe after a lengthy playing career. And he is coaching the Slovak HC Košice, I think this is how they call it. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded up the middle, and it's going to be off the glove of Asamura as he's ranging to his right. We're going to have to wait and see how they're going to call that one. See if they're going to give it an error or if he would have been able to make the play. I don't know yet. We'll have to see what the official score says. Oh, that's going to be an error. Yep, you can't play soccer on a baseball field and have success. That's definitely going to go in the books as an error. I thought it was a little bit more further to his right. That's the second error of the ball game created here by the Golden Eagles. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. Nakamura tonight 0 for 2. Both times he has flown out to left field. Curious to see if the bunt will be on here. As Hayakawa holds set at the belt. They throw over to first base. Obviously, they were looking too. Sometimes when the hitter is going to be there, they go over and throw there. Our friend Louis says, get in, excellent achievement. Not sure where that comment came from, only because I jumped away from the channel there for a bit. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Oh, that's probably because of Danny's accomplishments. Yeah, Slovak Extra League. He was with Banska Bystrica formerly and won a couple of championships as well. He went off to Austria for a year, or was it 2 years during the pandemic or after the pandemic? He made his way back to the Slovak Extra League, and they got another championship. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field, and this ball is going to be caught by the right fielder, as that was going to be Ogo, who retires Nakamura for the first out of the inning. Nakamura hit that ball hard, but right to the glove of the right fielder. So one away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Yep, Louis says, go Danny. Danny actually had a lengthy career, as our friend Louis is, if I'm not mistaken, in Great Britain or in London. I think you said the other day you're listening from the British Isles. Anyways, Dan played quite a number of years in the British League. As there's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. He played with Dundee, Sheffield, Nottingham, all over the place in the British Isles, and was a player coach, I believe, with Dundee in Scotland. And you play in that league, you got to be a tough guy. And he was one of the top scorers on his team, if not every year, pretty much most of the time. As here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is no balls and 2 strikes to Amamiya. Our friend Brock says, what's the score check? Well, it's running on the ticker across the bottom of the screen. 3-2 for the Hawks as they have the lead over the Golden Eagles here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We also have Zen checking in on Twitch. Appreciate you for popping in to listen. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as it is on the way. It is a fastball swung on. This ball's lined over the head of the second baseman into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Fielding it is Oga. He fires it back in, but getting all the way around to third is going to be Makihara. A base hit there by Amamiya. Nice swing by him. 0-2 pitch. Too good a pitch at 0-2. And he's able to hammer that for a line drive over the head of the second baseman, Asamura, who leapt up into the air and couldn't quite get the glove on it. And all the way around to third goes Makihara. Now they got runners on the corners. That's okay, Brock. Appreciate you for being here. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. As the manager, Ishii, is on his way out, we're going to have a change to face Takuya Kai. So that's going to be the end of the night for Hayakawa. As he is done in this one, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll come on back and let you know who's coming on in relief. As your score is the Hawks 3 and the Eagles 2. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this. Appreciate y'all for popping in here with us tonight. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 3-2 ball game as the Eagles are going to their bullpen. Hayakawa's night is done. We haven't got the update yet on who is coming on in relief, as it is a tough situation here as there are runners on the corners with one gone here. It looks like we are going to have a right-hander coming on in relief. And we'll get you all those specs here in a moment. It is going to be a number 41 on for the Eagles. Looks like it's going to be Ma Ito on in relief. He has been a bit of a workhorse so far for the Golden Eagles. It's going to be his 10th appearance for Mao Ito. He has 1 win and no losses. He has worked 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, 2 walks. He has struck out 3. He's given up 2 runs, both earned, and his ERA is 2.70. So Mao Ito on in relief as the second pitcher used here tonight by the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Our friend Louis says he's going to ask his buddy about him. And yeah, he had a lengthy career in the British League. Also played a little bit in Denmark toward the end of his career. He also played in France for a bit. That is where he had spent his time over in Europe. And then he went on to coach. As I said, he was coaching in the British League as a player coach, and then he went on to the continent. So I'm not sure what he's actually going to be planning next or how long this contract is with the team he's with. As long as they keep winning, he's going to keep getting paid. Well, Takuya Kai steps up. He is batting 167 on the year, no homers and 7 RBIs. So curious to see what kind of shenanigans they might put on here. He's not a big hitter. Will they consider bunting in this situation? They're trying to push one across that way. Keep your eyes here as Ito is ready to deliver. And they do square to bunt, and it's a fastball that comes up and in, and Kai's able to pull the bat back in time. It's going to be ball 1 to Kai. Yeah, Kai here, you got to keep your eye on this. Our friend Brock says he's looking for the parlay of over 5.5. Well, if you're going to get it, it's going to come here. And if it doesn't come here, I hate to say it, Brock, but you may not get it. So only 1 dead here in the inning. The runners on the corners and Kai batting here. They're looking at the signs. It's interesting because one of the coaches or a couple of the coaches were flashing signs out to the third base coach. And he relays the signs over here to Takuya Kai. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kai. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that pours in for a called strike, and the count now is 1 ball and 1 strike. That time Kai showed no signs of bunting. So 1-1 it is here to the Fukuoka right-handed hitting catcher. This game was clipping it along at a pretty good pace, and now it's sort of slowed a little bit. That is the way it is sometimes in these parts. And the pitch is delivered. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle for a base hit. And there you go, Brock. You got yourself your payday. It's a single and an RBI for Kai. Stopping at second will be Imamiya, and that's going to cash in Makihara with the 4th run of the ball game. And your score now is a 4-2 lead for the Hawks. And that is where it stands here. So 4-2 it is for the Hawks on that chopper over the head of the pitcher, Ito. And that's going to bring up the top of the order in Masaki Momori. Well, for Momori tonight, he's officially 0 for 3. He's bounced into a fielder's choice. He reached on the error by the shortstop, Yamazaki, and he has popped out to first. He's also got a stolen base, but he was caught stealing. The first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. There you say there's 3 types of players: guys who make things happen, guys who watch things happen, and guys who wonder what happened. Well, Momori is the type of player who can make things happen. He is definitely that kind of player. And the pitch is a fastball swung on it, is lifted into left center field. Racing back on it and making the catch in front of the warning track is Tatsumi. He fires it back in. Unable to advance is Imamiya. That is going to put Momori away for the 2nd out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Shu Masuda. Well, for Masuda, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He's also walked and scored a run. He has flown out to right field and grounded out to the pitcher. So the Hawks are still threatening here. They got runners at first and second with 2 gone. As Masuda waggles the bat, his average has dropped to 250 on the year. The pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Should Masuda find a way on base, it'll be Kensuke Kondo who waits his turn on deck. (4-2), the Hawks have the lead here. Now time has been called as Masuda steps out and resets himself. As he waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from the righty Ito. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to short. Yamazaki fields it, throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a ground out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Hawks. Well, they had 1 run in the inning, and there was 2 hits. There was an error, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of this, as we finish the bottom of the 7th inning and move to the top of the 8th, it is 4-2 now for the Hawks. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Everybody, appreciate you all for listening in here with us. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the 8th inning. It is a 4-2 scoreline for the Hawks. Levon Manello is coming on in relief, and we'll be back in 30 with all the action. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the Cuban lefty, Levon Mainello, coming into the ballgame as he is going to be replacing the right-hander who had come into the game, and that was Yuki Samori. Fourth pitcher used tonight by the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. So Mainello on in relief. The diminutive left-hander has been outstanding again this season for the Hawks. Fifth ball game he is appearing in. He's worked 4 innings. He's allowed 2 hits. He's walked 1 and struck out 5, and he's got an ERA of 2.25. There is a substitution as the right fielder Masuda looks like he is done for the night. We'll get you that one in a couple of moments. So there's a first pitch fastball that is swung on and fouled away at 96 miles an hour. Sumatani, Tatsumi, and Kobakata here to face the left-hander. As Sumatani waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from Mainello. As he holds, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. Mainello last year had a number of saves. He had 24 saves in his season. Also had a microscopic ERA of 1.03. But he has moved in, it looks like, probably for the 8th inning role at this point. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed. Sumatani has gone on strikes for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So Tatsumi batting here. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out and grounded to short. It's the first time that he's going to have to face the lefty Mainello. So Tatsumi batting from the left side against the lefty. As Mainello kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on it. Is grounded over to first. Taken on one big hop by Nakamura, and that's going to retire Tatsumi for a ground out to 3 for out number 2, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Hiroto Kobakata. Well, for Kobakata, he tonight is 0 for 2 and check that. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He had a single but was erased on a fielder's choices last time up. He's also popped to short and flown out to left. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. As Kobakata waits here on the offering from Mainello, who works set to the belt. He raises it up to his chest. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is lined right back to the pitcher, Mainello. Oh, my goodness. Did he make a beautiful play there? And it looked like it was in self-defense more than anything. He hit the ball on the screws, did the batter, Kobakata, and he reaches between his legs is how he makes the catch, did Mainello, to retire Kobakata. Oh, boy, Kobakata's got to be talking to himself as he goes back to the dugout. Mainello does the job as he retires the Eagles in order 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Make sure you get to Instagram later tonight to get that one. That was an absolutely bullet that was hit off the bat of Kobakata, and Mainello between his legs makes the catch, and that is going to do it here. We'll be right back in just a couple moments, everybody. We appreciate you all for listening in. We'll be right back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. They are going to make yet another pitching change are the Golden Eagles. So it looks like they've got another right-hander coming into the ball game. And we'll get the specs on this here in just a second. This is going to be a number 69 in the game. And this is going to be our first look at Saryu. I'm not sure where he fits into the mix. It's his fourth appearance of the year. Try to get you that updated information in just a second. As we have, sometimes it gives us some good information, and sometimes looks like it is Uchi, the reliever, as they would say here. We'll get that here for a second as they're trailing in this one 4-2. So Uchi on in relief. This is Saryu Uchi, a right-hander for the Golden Eagles, who delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses way outside. Count is 1-0. So Kondo, Yanagita, and Kurihara here to face the right-hander. As Uchi delivers, it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now even to 1-1. As Uchi ready to go back to work. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up down the left field line, but Kobakata is going to watch it drift into the seats, and that's going to run the count to 1-2 on Kondo. Just a couple little other pieces of information about the right-hander here. As we mentioned, he'd worked 3 games already. He's 1-0. He's 5 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, no walks, and has struck out 6. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted down the left field line. The count remains at 1-2 to Kondo. So he's going to be interested to face a tough part of the batting order here for the Hawks. As the right-hander rocks into the motion. And now he kicks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on and missed. Kondo goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That'll bring up Yuki Yanagita to the plate. As we have given you the updates here, we're looking at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Bay Stars now have a 4-1 lead over the Yakult Swallows. That game's in the bottom of the 7th inning. As the pitch is on the way, there's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0 to Yanagita. 5-4 still for the Giants over the Tigers. That game is in the bottom of the 7th. Dragons are up 4-2 on the Carp. Game's in the top of the 6th inning. There's a breaking ball that misses down. The count is now 2-0 to Yanagita. 6-3 now for the Fighters. The Buffaloes are trying to claw their way back into that one. That might be too little too late, as it is in the 6th inning, as there's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. The count now is 2-1. Still 1-1 between the Marines and the Lions. That game is in the bottom of the 7th inning. Of course, the score here is 4-2 Hawks. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the glove of the first baseman. A nice play there by Ito, as that is going to retire Yanagita for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. So Kurihara 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out twice, and in between that, he has grounded out to the third baseman. So here comes the first offering from Uchi. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Racing back, and in front of the warning track is Shimochi. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it here for out number 3. And that will do it here as well for the Hawks in their half of the inning. And one would expect we're going to see Roberto Osuna to come in a moment. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving now to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 9th inning when we return right after this. After this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And we have exactly what we call for. It is going to be Roberto Osuna coming on in relief, the closer for the Hawks. Osuna has been outstanding again this year. He made his NPB debut last year with the Chibalote Marines. But now he is on to pitch here for the Hawks. This is his sixth appearance of the year. He does not have a win or a loss, but he does have 3 saves. He has pitched in 5 innings, allowed 4 hits. He has walked none and struck out 4. He's got the perfect ERA of 0. And so Osuna on in relief, the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Hawks. So he's got himself his pink glove, and he's ready to go here to work. Roki Shimochi, Hideo Asamura, and Mikael Franco to face him here, the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the batting order. We saw Osuna pitch last year. He was a man among boys. And here's the first pitch to Shimochi. It's a fastball that barrels in at 96 miles an hour, swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. Shimochi has accounted for one of the 2 runs tonight. He had a homer in the 4th inning. Solo shot. He's struck out, and he's bounced into a fielder's choice. As the right-hander now delivers, it is a fastball swung on and fouled away down the first base line, and the count now is no balls and 2 strikes to Shimochi. As we said the last couple of years, Shimochi is Mr. Consistency, as he really is able to play well, steady Eddie defensively, and has a pretty good bat. But there is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And Shimochi is retired on strikes for out number 1 here in the 9th inning. It's going to bring up Hideo Asamura. The Golden Eagles are down to their final 2 outs here in this one. The time in the hourglass is starting to run dry. As the right-hander is ready to deliver, and Osuna kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's lifted down the right field line, but it's going to slice into the seats. That's going to run the count to 0-1 to Asamura. Asamura 1 for 3 tonight as well. He homered back in the 4th inning as he and Shimochi went back-to-back. As the right-hander Osuna works to the set position. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. After this game is finished, we will do a recap and get you caught up on the out-of-town scores before we sign off. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. Amamiya fields it. He fires to first, and that's going to retire Asamura on a ground out 6-3. So 2 up and 2 away, and now the Eagles are down to their final out. They can put this one in the books. It'll be Tsuyoshi Wada who will pick up the win. As we mentioned earlier on, it was that error by Yamazaki. That's got to feel hard done by Hayakawa. They make that play. It ends the inning. And all those runs were scored with 2 out after the error. So here comes the offering from the right-hander Osuna. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1 to Mikael Franco. I have to look it up to see if Franco's ever faced Osuna before. Franco, of course, had played a long time with the Phillies. Osuna would have been maybe with the Blue Jays at the time. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count goes 1-1 to Franco. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We're here in the top of the 9th inning. The Eagles are down to their final out. And here's the pitch from Osuna. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 1-2. And now they're down to their final strike. So Franco's got to try to find a way to keep it going. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Osuna kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, backpedaling and making the catch is the center fielder, Taisi Makihara, and that is going to do it here. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your final score is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments to wrap this one up for you. Appreciate you guys for listening in here tonight. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. This one is over, and we'll give you the rundown in this one really quickly. It was a 3-run third inning by the Hawks. With 2 out, it was Masaki Momori who reached on an error by the shortstop, Yamazaki. And then he stole second base, got himself into scoring position, and then Shu Masuda walked. And then it was Kazuki Kondo who stepped to the plate, and he had a single to drive in the first run, scoring Momori all the way from second base. And then Yuki Yanagita stepped up and hit a 2-run double that increased the score line to 3-0 for the Hawks. Well, that's all their scoring on this one. And then the Eagles responded with 2 of their own in the 4th inning. With 1 out, Hiroki Shimochi hit a home run to right field. And then Hideo Asamura followed that up with a solo shot to left. And that is where the scoring ended in this one. It was all pitching after that. And that is exactly what happened. The win is going to go to Wada, as he's going to improve to 2-1 on the season. The loss, it's a little bit unfortunate. We'll go to Takahisa Hayakawa, as he's going to drop to 1-2. We're going to take a quick look at the rest of it, as we're going to give you a quick little rundown of the out-of-town scores. Then we'll wrap it up here at the end of the night, as all the other games are still going on. It is in the top of the 8th inning in the Central League. It is a 4-1 game as the Bay Stars are leading the Swallows. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Giants are clinging to that 5-4 lead over the Tigers. In the top of the 6th inning, the Dragons are leading the Carp 4-2. It is in the bottom of the 6th inning now in the Pacific League. It is a 6-3 ball game for the Fighters over the Buffaloes. And the Marines have now taken a 2-1 lead over the Lions. That's in the bottom of the 7th inning. That game is going on at the Zozo Marine Stadium. All right, everybody. I appreciate everybody for jumping in here tonight. Andy Altman-Orr, we thank you again for stopping in. Zen over on Twitch, we appreciate you for listening in. He says, maybe the next time I'll be in Hokkaido, as he flies there on Friday. We may be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, but we won't make our announcement until approximately an hour before the game time. So if you get a chance, come on back in and check it out again. We'll keep you updated on all the action from around the NPB. As there is only 4 games on the airwaves tomorrow, the chances for us of which game that we will do, we are leaning tomorrow to be able to give you that game on Thursday between the same 2 ball clubs, the SoftBank Hawks and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. But we'll make that a game time decision for tomorrow. Once again, everybody, it's been a Last Raps Baseball video production. We appreciate you guys for being here. Josh S., Louie again, appreciate you all for listening in. Anybody else I missed, whether it be our friend Titus, as well as Chris the Hobbyist, we appreciate everybody for taking the time to listen in here with us tonight. And those who are listening on delay, we appreciate you guys too. Have a great night, everybody, and we will see you again tomorrow.